Welcome back, guys, and in this video we will see 3 problems that cause MySQL to unexpectedly shut down, and we will see how we can solve those problems. So the first problem is data corruption, the second is port conflicting issues, and the third is XAMPP not having the correct or elevated privileges to write or read from the specific folder that MySQL uses. So alright, let's jump into the solutions. The first one was data corruption. Now if you're not sure what the problem is, let's just start by going to this Explorer. This opens XAMPP's default directory if you don't already know, and we have this open. Now you go to the MySQL folder here. Now as you can see here, XAMPP already takes a backup of our databases, and our live data is in this folder. So what you can do is, first of all, instead of directly copying things from backup to data, first make the copy of data folder so that you don't lose any data. And let's just rename this and let's call it old. Now go inside your backup folder, copy everything, come inside this data and paste everything, and you can just replace everything that's in here. Okay, now once you've done this, try starting your MySQL again. So as you can see, MySQL is running in port number 3306. Now let's see if this stops. Okay, I think it is not stopping, it is working well. So alright, now if you have that problem, you can do this. Now another tip is, sometimes copying everything from the backup folder to the database folder does not work. In that case, what you can do is, let me just stop. It's already stopped. So I had already stopped it. In that case, if your XAMPP is still not running, instead of copying everything, leave these folders and just copy these things. Alright, let's copy the initializer files also. Let's copy just these things and paste it into the data folder, replace them, and then try starting this. Alright, so as you can see, this is starting again. So this is the first solution. You can just copy things from backup to your data folder and it should start working. Now the second problem is port issues. Alright, so sometimes the port that MySQL uses by default, that is the port 3306, might be used by some other database services. So in that case, you can go to my.ini file here and change this to something else. Let me change it to 3307 and let me close this. Start this again. It's still running in 3306. I am not sure why. I just changed this to 3307, right? Okay. Oh, my apologies. Not this. You need to change the port here in MySQL, not in the client. So, we make mistakes. Okay, now change the port here in MySQL, save it, and stop the database and start this again. And now it's running in 3307. So if you have conflicting ports, you can change the port in your my.ini file. And remember, change it in the MySQL section. Don't make the same mistake that I did. Alright, the third part is administrator privileges. So in some cases, you might not be the administrator, and when you run XAMPP as a user, the user might not have privileges to write or read data from the MySQL folder. So in that case, what you can do is close it, go to your start bar, write XAMPP, and run this as an administrator. Okay, so if you run it as an administrator, it will have administrator privileges and it will be able to write to the MySQL folder. Now you just start it, and if it was a privileges problem, you will be able to run it. Alright, now I hope some of these 3 tricks solved the problem. If it did not, one tip is to check what your problem actually is. So what you see here might not be all the story. So in that case, you can go to logs and check your MySQL error log, and this will help you to figure out what the exact cause of your issue is. Now as you can see here, this is what should happen when your MySQL is working properly. A server socket should be created on IP. This is IPv6 of local host. Alright, now these are the things that should be happening, and in case your MySQL server is crashing after this, just see what the issue is, and if you cannot solve it, Google it or do whatever. And if you're still having problems, let me know in the comment section below.